I'm Romain Vialard. I'm a product manager at Revival and member of the Developer Expert Program at Google. Revival is a Google Cloud partner, mainly in France, but also all over Europe. It's helping businesses move to Google Cloud, which include Gmail, Google Drive, and so on. And I worked at Revival for the past 6 years now, first as a consultant and now as a product manager for apps that I have created for the Google Apps platforms. And that will be the, I will speak about that during this talk, about a part of my job using Google Analytics to track usage of those applications. As I was saying, I'm also part of the Google Developer Expert Program. It's a program created by Google to identify developers, product strategists, designers, marketing professionals, and so on, who help promote Google tools for developers, startup creators, and so on. Okay, so during this presentation, I will highlight everything with example from one of my apps, yet another mail merge. So I will speak about it during this presentation. It's an app mostly targeted to Gmail and Google Apps users to send mass mailing to users. So it's integrated with Gmail, Google Drive, and so on. So yeah, it's to send email campaigns with Gmail and Google Sheets. And at the moment, we have more than 500,000 total installation, 80,000 monthly active users, and we are sending like 30 million emails every month. So if we take a quick look at analytics, sorry, I will try to find what I want to show you. Okay, I will see that later. Sorry, just messing around with my. Okay. Yeah. So, for example, I will present a lot of statistics linked to Google Analytics, and we will see everything we can track for a web app like yet another mail merge through analytics, and why this information is useful. But first, as we are at a cloud event, I will speak shortly about how this app has been built. So it's running with Google Apps Script. I don't know if some of you heard of Apps Script. In the past, it's an application development platform that lets you write apps using server-side JavaScript code that is executed on Google Cloud. It's a bit like Node.js, if some of you know about that. And it's very easy to create and deploy such a code because we have a web-based cloud code editor. So this means that to get started with it, sorry, I will just leave the mic here. So, whoops, all you have to do is type script.google.com. Sorry. And it opens a code editor in the web browser from which you can start writing a JavaScript function that will be executed on Google servers and that you can deploy in just one click, so as add-on, web apps, and so on. It's a very easy way to get started at building web apps using the cloud platform. But mostly, well, as I was saying, Mail Merge is a tool to send mass email campaigns for users, and we use a Gmail API to do that. So this means that, I don't know if you have done email campaign in the past. Among the famous applications that are available to do that, there's MailChimp and several other tools like that. Here, for the specific app, the business is not to send the emails itself, because we are using Gmail for that. We are using the API that Google provides, and this means that it's very efficient for us to build such application very quickly. It's also installable via the Chrome Web Store. So we have already a marketplace where people can find and install the app. Users don't have to create a new account when they want to try the app. They use their Google account to sign in with the app. And among the other Google Cloud tool that we are using NoSQL real-time database called Firebase. You might have heard about that recently. Google has communicated a lot about Firebase, mostly for Android and iOS developer. It's a new platform to create to create mobile apps easily. Okay, so as I was saying, a cloud-based IDE, very useful to quickly deploy an app in production to many users. Now, back to the real focus of this presentation. So, when you create an app, at some point when you begin to have enough users, you will begin to ask yourself question, if we are thinking about monthly growth, I want to track how many new users I'm acquiring, what they are doing with my app, and so on and so on. And Google Analytics is a very useful tool to track everything. I suppose most of you know already Google Analytics, but usually Google Analytics is in fact used to track website traffic and not web apps traffic. On websites, you mostly track page views, so people are browsing your site, and every time someone click on a page, it's registered in analytics, and you can see all the traffic and see your most popular content, and so on and so on. In your web app, you will have to ask yourself, what is the important things I want to track? And so, for example, if I have an app to send emails, I will be interested in knowing how many emails are sent every month or every day by all those users. And that's what you can see with analytics. So, for example, with the event tracking feature in analytics, I can see the number of email campaigns that are made with my tool month after month. I can see I can compare usage month over month. So, for example, compare usage between August and September and see that stats are growing. So everything looks good. More and more people seems to enjoy the product. I can see the total number of emails sent with the application, and also as it's an app to send mass emailing, so little email campaigns, I can see the average number of emails sent with each campaign. So that's, we'll say, the basic data that I want to track in analytics, because this is the core feature of my application, and that's the most useful data that will be interesting for me. So Google Analytics comes with a lot of pre-built visualizations, reports, and so on, meaning that if you start to collect data with Google Analytics, it will be very easy for you to see those data in very meaningful and very different ways. So, for example, here I can see geographic data, and I can see that most emails are sent from India, and after that the US. And I can also compare the number of emails sent and the number of real active users. So are we talking about a small bunch of people sending a lot of emails, or many people sending many emails? So that's usually one of the most important things to track in an app, user growth. To see how many people are using your app, and if you are acquiring more and more people, and if they continue to use your app months after months. So in Google Analytics, one of the nice things we have is that we are able to add a unique tracking ID to each user. This is not really possible in if you are using Google Analytics in a public website, for example, because in a public website, your users are not authenticated. They are only visitors, and Google Analytics places a small cookie in the web browser, but that's not a very you can't call that a unique tracking ID. But if you know your users, if they are authenticated into your app, you are able to assign a unique ID for each of them, send this ID to Analytics, and this means that when you will check the exact number of users, so usually the monthly active users, you will be able to have really precise data and see if everything is well, if your number of users is growing or not, and in that case, that's usually not so good. As I was saying, Google Analytics comes with many different dashboards, visualization, and so on. And as we can track also each user very specifically, in Google Analytics, you have a dashboard like this one where you can track all actions made by a specific user. So, for example, I can see here the usual user behavior, where he starts by installing the app, listing some recipients in a spreadsheet, and then start sending emails, and this app has a free quota, and then you have to pay to send more emails, and we can see that at some point he has sent too many emails and he's blocked with, so he has reached the free quota.